I'm sure you're aware that Google My Business is a really important part of your business online. By improving your settings and filling in various parts of Google My Business, your business is going to grow. And it will grow because Google sees your business as relevant to local people that are looking for your services or products. So we're going to look at today, how can you make sure that you get right towards the top of the area of your service when it comes to people searching locally and searching for your services or products? What can you do that will increase the odds of you getting right to the top? Well, we're going to look at that today. So make sure you stay with me. Hi, I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and I help businesses like yours grow on the internet. So I use my 20 years of experience to help you to do various things that will help you really get your business off the ground and getting clients phoning. Now, Google My Business is a great way to help you to do this. So make sure you subscribe down below and click the bell to be notified so that if there's any other video updates that you need to know about, you'll be the first to hear about them. So let's look at this situation and how can we say triple the amount of reviews that we get when it comes to customers and clients talking about our business.
So as mentioned, reviews are so important, and certainly if you can triple your reviews and certainly get more than your competitors, it's going to have a large difference in how Google rates you on local searches, and particularly on the maps. It will give you a greater boundary outside of your local area. So how do you actually go about this? Well, first of all, before you start off, just if you click on info, and there's one of the things you'll just need to make sure you've got in place if you haven't done so already, and that's claim your name, which is this part here. So we see this @ symbol, and Zanet Design Limited is the name of my company. Now, if you haven't done so, you need to just make sure that you click on here, which is where your profile short name lists. It says here, make it easier for customers to find you and follow you. And then it gives you an opportunity to change your name. If you haven't done so, you've got 3 times to do that per year. So you click in there, the name or the short name. So I might just have Zanet, for example, but in this case I wanted the full name, and then you click apply, and then that is recorded for you, and it then goes under review, which again, bearing in mind that that's already been agreed, then that shouldn't be an issue. Now, what you then do is, once you've got this gives you the opportunity to have your short code or your short name used as a landing page for reviews, and that's really important too. So you haven't got this long-winded way of sending people to a link. You've just got a nice short link to send them to. So how do you get this link? Well, if you go to home, and then on there on the right hand side, you've got this now, get more reviews. So share your business profile and get new reviews from your customers. And this is really the key to it all. So if I click on share profile, you'll see that Zanet Design Limited piece is part of this G page link here, or URL. And that there, if I click it, I've then copied it. So I've copied that. I can Facebook it, I can WhatsApp it, I can tweet it, I can share via email. And that is really where it all starts from. You want to just make sure you've got that particular link or URL to then send out to those people that are going to review you. Now, just a few more things when it comes to reviews as well. When you then ask for the review, you want to also see if you can get them to not just write a positive review, but also to get them to use the key words that are relevant to your industry. So if you're a plumber, you'd want them to mention maybe the boiler that went wrong. In my case, I'm a designer, so I'd like them to mention things like Photoshop, WordPress, things to do with Google My Business or Google itself, or how their rankings improved or how their business has improved. Those are the types of things I want when they write a review about me, because then Google sees it's not just me saying these are the things I do, but also the reviews also support that. Let's just see what happens if we go to that URL. So if I paste in that short page, it then takes us to the much longer version. But notice how it takes it then to my company, and then produces also the immediate opportunity to fill in the review. And once you've put your review in, you can then click on here, and then the person can then also find photos on their phone or their photos, and they can then drag or drop, say, a screenshot of exactly the thing they've reviewed. So if they're reviewing, for instance, the boiler, they might take a photo of it. If they're reviewing my website, for example, that I've built for them, they might take a photo of that. So that's why that having them to go to that short URL and then asking them to put a review in is important, but also ask them to put in an image as well. Now, the reason we do that as well, ask for this photo, is because that also is seen on your photos. So you can add photos yourself, but if you go to photos in your account, you'll notice these are photos that I've added, so by the owner, but by customer. So when people do reviews, if they then put a review of their website they're happy with, so in these cases here, you notice also that produces people visiting, 123 visitors based on the fact that a client was pleased with his website. So these also all help to bring in traffic, and you can see what type of traffic comes in from photos from clients and customers if you then click into your insights. So if you click onto insights, there you then start to see how people are responding to some of the things that you're doing as well. So I think that's really covered everything really. So you need to ask people for reviews. If you're asking for a review, then just say to them, I've done some work for you recently, I hope you're happy with it. Would you mind just filling out this review? And if you do so, could you mention some of the things that we were able to do for you that went well? And can you also perhaps take a photo of the product or the service that I gave you? I'd really appreciate that if you did that. It's surprising how people are really helpful if you ask them nicely, and certainly if they're pleased. Now the question might come, what happens if you get negative reviews? Well, everyone gets negative reviews from time to time. Even Google kind of says that the average of 4.5 stars is a good average to aim for. So if you have 5 stars and you're immaculate, then it can be tricky sometimes to convince people that that hasn't been rigged. So bad reviews, those things need to be handled straight away. How would you respond to a bad review? Let's just go into that briefly. If you do have a bad review, first of all, always reply to every single review. Always reply to it straight away and thank them for their review, whether it's good or bad. If it's something that they say they weren't happy with, then just acknowledge that. Say sorry, don't defend it. Just show that you want to put things right. And the reason you do that is because that also then tells other visitors that if things go wrong, you're humble enough to accept that things can go wrong and you're trying to put things right. And people read that and they accept that no one's perfect. It's real, it kind of works well. And you'll find that people will respond much better if they see an honesty that they can trust as well. So answer all reviews, use keywords if you can, but in a natural way. And all those things, particularly with reviews, are going to help to increase your rankings in Google My Business, which means then you'll be shown more often on the maps and local searches. And if you can triple your reviews, you'll find it will make a massive difference. So if you currently have 10, aim for 30. If you currently have 20, aim for 60. Have a goal there. Ask everyone that you've ever done work for if they mind reviewing things, and then see the results will certainly have an impact on how often you're shown when Google My Business asks for your business to be shown on a map. If you've enjoyed this or you're interested in learning more about Google My Business and how it can benefit your business, then do make sure that you subscribe below and that you perhaps press the alert button so it notifies you when we next update and give you more insights into how you can improve your small business on the internet.